Good morning, St. Francis, and good morning, people of God. It is Wednesday, the 16th day of February, 2022. It is Wednesday of the 6th week of the year, the 6th week in Ordinary Time. It is also 3 weeks. Wait a minute. 23? Yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks until Lent. 2 weeks until Lent. So just get yourselves ready. Two last weeks to party up before the great fast of Lent begins. Coming to you from the side of the church, so the back of the church today. I'm trying to see. There's the cross on top of the lantern right behind me. As I'm playing fast by it. One of the last of our frosty mornings. You can still see your breath, but it's going to get up to 60s and then 75 tomorrow. It will drop again. But for a while, this is kind of the last of our really colder days. In the gospel today, we hear of in the first reading, we continue the letter of James, giving good advice that a faith does not put itself into works. A faith does not show itself as practical. A faith does not show itself as doing something in this here and now is a faith that is useless. And that is a very important thing to realize. Sometimes people latch onto faith as this hope for another world or the world to come or whatever it is, while neglecting everything that needs to be done here and now. And that is not what faith is. Faith is about putting into practice the reign of God in our midst, as Jesus proclaims. He does not proclaim the reign of God will come one day after you die, but is here and now. And faith is the vehicle through which that reign is realized. The letter of James, goes into the idea of don't just be people who give lip service to the Word of God, but be people who do the Word of God. And James sums it up basically by caring for the orphan and the widow, caring for those who are marginalized, caring for those who are at the bottom of society, at the bottom of the barrel, at the bottom whatever it is, to care for all of those people, because that is where the reign of God needs most to be seen, experienced, and realized. And in helping others, we begin to ourselves understand more the power of the reign of God in our midst. In the gospel today, again, another interesting kind of thing, because you're always working through the Gospel of Mark. Here it is where Jesus doesn't get it right the first time. And this can be highly over-spiritualized because we want Jesus to be perfect, because if Jesus isn't perfect, I don't know what's wrong. But Jesus doesn't seem to get it right the first time here. And this is a man who was blind again. Like many other people who are blind, Jesus does something to his eyes to basically hopefully help him to see, and he can see, but everybody looks like trees walking around. So Jesus has to do it again. And when Jesus does it the second time, it works. Again, this can lead to all kinds of wonderful understandings about, again, try and try again. It can lead to all kinds of wonderful understandings that, the wonder and the glory of God is not in an instant, it is gradual, that things that happen in this world are not meant to happen instantaneously at times, but take their time to evolve. All of this, again, is the wonderful sign, again, of how God takes us and takes our lives seriously. Because in many ways, the comparison to Jesus, if Jesus is perfect, we will never ever match up, and we can never ever hope to have that faith that puts anything into action, that does anything that it's supposed to do. But this gospel for today, again, of Jesus healing this blind man on the second try, is a wonderful way in which we ourselves too might be able to persevere in living that faith in practical and wonderful ways. May the Lord give you his peace.